Let's hit the lanes at the Fox Bowl in Wheaton as we get a DVC matchup with Naperville Central coming in at 4-1, taking on Metea Valley, who has no losses in the DVC standings, a perfect 4-0. Opening game, and let's start with Metea Valley's Sydney Lewis, who rolls her ball down the lane, knocking down all the pins for a strike. That's just the start of big things to come for Lewis. Her teammate Elizabeth Mansmith also gets in on the fun as her roll gets a strike to go. The Mustang finishes the opening game in second place with a score of 206. Another Mustang, another strike. This time it's Meredith Olef, getting all 10 pins to fall as she finishes game 1 in third with a 205 score. Great start for MV. Meanwhile, Sydney Lewis has been, well, perfect. She enters the final frame with 9 straight strikes, and this one makes 10. After her second strike of the 10th frame, Lewis is 1 away from history. Here's her shot. And with that, the first Mustang to bowl a perfect game in Metea Valley girls bowling history. Moments like this don't come around very often, so a hug from Coach Mansmith is certainly well-deserved. Not a bad way to start the match. After all of that, let's look at the central side of things as Jada Banks leads the charge in game 1 with a score of 151 as she gets this spare to fall. Nikki Feilinger finishes right behind Banks in game 1. She gets this strike with the curve. She rolls a 150 to start her day. Game 2, and here's Central's Teresa Duffrin picking up a spare of her own. She scores a 174, the best for the Redhawks in game 2. Central Sky Sanford walks up with a nice approach, and this roll hits all the pins for a strike. More to come from the Redhawk. Mustangs also get some help from Jasmine Allen as she leads the black and gold in game 2 with a score of 204, and after that I'd say she feels pretty good about it. Bella Kilborn also getting in on the fun as she gets this spare in her second attempt and finishes game 2 with a score of 196. Kilborn overall strong on the day, finishes up with a score of 551. Elizabeth Mansmith also with a strong performance on the day. She gets this spare to go in game 3 and finishes second overall with a score of 578. Claire Wanacke with a tricky spare pickup for the Redhawks. She ends her day with a 385 series. Sky Sanford leading the way for the red and white. She gets a spare to fall and finishes first on the team with a score of 415. However, the overall leader today is, of course, Miss Perfect, Sydney Lewis. She's been striking all day and finishes with a score of 673, best for either team as the Mustangs roll past the Redhawks to stay unbeaten.
It was insane, to be totally honest. I didn't even know what was going on. I knew, in practice it went really well, and I've been really good at finding my line really fast. But being able to strike consistently, I found insane. It was crazy. It was definitely, their energy made everything possible. If it weren't for them, I don't think I would have been able to do it. And it wouldn't have made the moment as exciting.
Overall today, for me personally, I believe that I tried to make as many spares as I could. I could have slowed down a little bit and made my shots a little, and thought through my approaches better, but overall I think when some of us were down, the others were able to be there and pick us up when certain players were down, and we were all just able to compensate for our off games. So
I know they're really good. I was expecting them to do really well, and I was hoping we could have a chance beating them, but when Sydney got a 300, I was like, dang, that's so cool. We were going to try to be really positive and cheer each other on, so we're all like, let's all just try to do our best and just encourage each other.
I feel like I did okay, considering like how the other team did, and my average. I feel like I could have done better, but I feel like it was a good game overall.